Hello, welcome back to the channel. Brian, ZL3XDJ. Sort of doing a bit of I've got a couple of emails I just want to bring up, and one or two of the little bits of information. Nothing too serious on this video. As you can see, after a very long winter, we've actually got some sunshine at last, and quite nice it is. And so we're just going to just have a wander through here. Let's just change the camera around. Let's just have a walk through this way, and nice hebe, I think it's called, flowering this year for the first time. And just going to have a look. We've got the grapevine around here. I think it's gone a bit over the top actually. Let's have a look. Now here we are here. Yeah, it's gone a bit mad. I think we'll have to get some trimming tools out on that one in a wee while. Something falling on my head. The 40 meter vertical. And we'll bit in the shade here. We'll come to the shack a wee bit later on, because for the first time in 40 years on the radio, I actually bought myself. I shouldn't say that. My wife actually bought me a brand new radio. The Fox Tango 710 from Waters and Stanton in England, with the help of Peter G30JV, sorting the travel and paperwork and etc. out, and got here in no time at all. Thanks very much to Peter and to the boys and girls down there in Waters and Stanton. So I've got a new 710 sat on the desk, which we'll have a look at in a short time. Thanks very much to the wife for fronting up the money. And yeah, we had the first thing I'll say about the 710 is the automatic tuner inside is just amazing. The 40 meter vertical behind me, I can tune that from 40 right through to 10 meters. Not a problem with that with that radio. But anyway, to a couple of emails first. Let's just wander out in the open a wee bit over this way. Have a look around. Nice, beautiful day. Just been down the beach with a dog. They were looking at the 40 meter vertical up behind me there, and go a bit further around this way. We should come across. Here we are. Is the 2-element parasitic elevated 20 meter vertical, which you might remember. I put it up and never actually touched it since. We've actually got the coax here right in front of me, going across the garden, just so I can nip under. Never touched that antenna system since I put it up. I cut it to length, cut the radials, to the same length. I think the driven element's about 4.9 meters. It was a little bit shorter than I thought it was. Just have a little wander across here and see if anything's moved. Well, he's one of the radials right in front of me here, going up. So that's the this is the 40 meter, 20 meter, sorry, 2 element, elevated vertical antenna firing long path. And as you might have seen in the original one, just strapped to it, literally just got some tie wraps, just strapped it to a tree. And over on this side, we've got some radials here. We've got 4 radials this side, and luckily, as I was, the reflector, which is a parasitic reflector with 2 radials, is just literally a couple of plumber's clips and tied to the tree, and that's it. It's worked absolutely brilliant. Anyway, I digressed a little bit. So I got an email. I won't say who it was from. A person sent me an email saying that he knew that, as a lot of people do, my wife's disabled. She's in a wheelchair with multiple sclerosis. And this chap who sent the email said, why don't I bring my wife onto the videos, and you'd probably be able to, you know, get a bit of charity money, or, you know, a bit of money from, as a few other people apparently on YouTube had done that with the wives and got quite a bit of money out of it. So first of all, I must say very aggressively, I don't take money off anybody. I don't have any of my radio equipment bought for me off anybody, and I certainly wouldn't use the wife in a wheelchair to try and make people feel sorry for me to give me money. That is something that would really upset me. But apparently it does happen. So that's one thing I just like to make clear, that yes, I do have a new radio. It's actually the first new radio I've bought in the 40 years I've been licensed. First new radio. I've always had second-hand radios, so I'm quite pleased about that. And just another wee note, an email I got. Unfortunately, a CW pal of mine in Scotland passed away this week. Golf Mike 3 Whiskey India Juliet Norman, up there near Aberdeen. Great CW operator. He was just so smooth. Just seemed to give you all the right information at the right time. Working this guy was just a pleasure. I remember it quite well. And for me here, to get into the northeast of Scotland is quite a challenge. It's an odd kind of path. But he passed away this week, so he'll be fondly remembered up there in the Highlands by a lot of people, I would imagine. But I'd just like to say that yeah, I did manage to work Norman and some of his other colleagues up there quite a few times, and it was always a pleasure for me to work guys up there in Scotland. Thanks very much for his time as a radio ham. He will be remembered. Another email that I had, just a quick one. Somebody said, how can we get more DX? How can we work you? A couple of guys in England have been wanting to get a contact with New Zealand for the first time, and basically, as you can see here with the equipment I've got, it's ridiculous that I actually get right around the world with 100 watts and a pole strapped to a tree. But that's how simple it can be. You don't need huge big amounts of power and big towers and all these types of things. If you can, and two of my friends in England have just done this, if you can learn a bit of Morse code or upgrade the Morse code that you do have, and just get the basics to make a contact and the right time on the air. And two of my friends in England have just done this. They've just worked New Zealand for the first time with a very bare minimum, just a basic high 5.9 report, just to get it in the logbook. But they worked New Zealand for the first time, and I'm quite proud of them. Quite proud of them guys. And I'm sure they'll go on to do further things. Yep, if you can learn a bit of Morse code, it is a lot easier to get through to DX, and I always say myself, you know, pick the right times, the right grey line, and the right band to get the best out of your signal going this far around the world. It is, I think it's about 14,000 miles, so it's a bit of a tour around. But as I say, it can be done. It can be done. I've worked guys from the UK running QRP before today on the beach over there, running 5 watts CW QRP, and got through to me without any problems. So that's, you know, just don't give up, you know, and please, I might get a bit controversial here. Please don't take too much notice of all these, you know, these guys that say, no, come with me, I'll get you a big tower, and we'll get you a big beam, and get you a big amplifier, and all these things. You don't need to worry about the grey line and all the rest of it. We just belt our way through. Well, you know, as I said, the wife's just bought me my first brand new transceiver in 40 years, and up to then I haven't used anything extraordinary to get round the world. It's you know, it's just the right time and the right band, and it can be easily done. Turn this thing around a bit, you'll be sick of looking at my noggin all day long. The place is looking, it has been quite dry just recently. We've got 1 or 2 of these trees we need to trim this winter. As you can see, some of the branches up there have gone a bit wayward. I don't like them getting too high, so we'll trim them down a wee bit. I have actually got a poplar tree. I've got a poplar tree which I planted, which is way through here, and I'm leaving that to grow, because I think that might come in handy for the end of maybe the end of a 80-meter dipole at some stage, because it goes right back through down to these big trees with the shack in the middle. So we might just keep that in mind for a bit later on. Some of these trees I've already, as you can see, I've already cut them down at the bottom, and they're already copperson away. That's the second lot of copperson. The first lot's come away. So instead of having these huge big trunks going up in the sky, take a few out, we get a nice fluffy tree growing, and a reflector behind it. That's it. This one, that one, long path, off you go. Don't worry about the trees being nearby. They've never affected me. So that's about it. We'll slowly wander back into the shack, and we'll fire the FT710 up, and I will admit, I've never had a radio like this one before in my life. It's like it looks like something out of NASA to me, and I was struggling to get my head around the basics of setting it up, because it is quite a sophisticated radio. So I got a little bit of help. Peter, G3OGV, sent me a few emails with some of the basic setups to have a look at, which helped enormously. And then when I went on the air for the first time on SSB, people were saying that I sounded absolutely terrible. Sounded like I was muffling down in the bottom of a well somewhere. So I managed to get hold of a guy called John, November 5 India Delta. He's done a lot of work on setting these machines up, especially the TX audio, to get them sounding a lot better than they were initially. So thanks to John and Peter, who gave me a lot of advice on a lot of the settings so I wasn't just randomly pushing buttons to see where they were going to go, you know. And now I'm really enjoying using the radio, especially on CW and them narrow filters, just wonderful. So let's go in the inside and get this radio switched on and see if we can hear anything.